Hello there, my Leo moon signs. So, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca, for those of you who are brand new. So I recently had a moon sign reading done, and it was incredibly accurate. So I thought, why not give it a shot here on the channel? And so if you don't know what your moon sign is, check out Astrology Cafe or any other free natal chart reading and find out what it is. If it's not a water or fire sign, those will be out the week after Halloween, so the Saturday after this coming. I plan on doing air and earth then. But if your moon is in water or fire, then you're all set for this weekend. So thank you all so much for joining me. I do genuinely love doing this, and so I just truly appreciate you tuning in. So, oh, we got two. These are the Eloquy cards. Eloquy means she who. So we have Eclat, she who regrets, battle, victory, and bitterness. Whoops. And we have Elixir, she who forgives, remorse, guilt, and forgiveness. Interesting. Looks like you have a choice. Looks like you have quite the choice. So I'm going to look those up while I do. If you would like to join us for the 3 card pulls on the Facebook channel, you can find that in the description box below. Or if you'd like to know more about me or how to get a personal reading, you can find that by following the link to the website or emailing me. So, Eclat, battle, victory, and bitterness. Eclat, she who regrets, brings the message of bitter victory and success, which may be regretted in the long run. She knows how to go to battle. She understands how to win a war. Never having run from a fight, the ground she rests upon is littered with skulls. She stands solitary on the smoke-covered battlefield, secure in the knowledge that she is victorious. But while the battle had to be waged, perhaps it could have been done with less acrimony. Some of the wounds Eclat inflicted were to herself. There will never be any love lost between Eclat and those she has clashed in the name of her hollow victory. The message of this card is to use caution in arguments. We all have disagreements in our lives. It is how we resolve those moments that defines our future. How often have angry words been used as weapons before any attempt at a truce is made? Consider your speech carefully before you launch those arrows. Is it the right thing to do? Can you find another way to resolve the confrontation that doesn't involve the loss of friends and self-respect? Before you send out a declaration of hostilities, look deeply into Eclat's eyes and consider her regret. Your questions: what is the best outcome for all involved? Will I have regrets if this conflict ends bitterly? Who will be harmed if this matter is not settled amicably? Elixir, she who forgives wears simple autumn leaves in her hair. Her hazel eyes welcome you to her world. The green of her gown echoes nature's favorite color. She is a healer. She holds an intricately etched decanter containing a healing elixir of forgiveness. But there is a dare hidden here. Like all miracle cures, you must seek her out and complete a task. Elixir's magical liquid can soothe your woes, but first you must address what causes those pains in the first place. Are you willing to engage in this arduous, possibly perilous journey to the center of yourself? Elixir appears because you seem to be seeking solace from hurts inflicted by others. You must ask yourself if those wounds were self-inflicted. Did you stay too long when you knew you should go? Did you not return when you had messages that you were needed? There are so many ways we can harm ourselves, but the worst of all is guilt. We heap blame upon ourselves when we can't undo what's been done. Remorse for things said or unsaid. All of this must be dealt with when we seek healing. The message of this card is, you can be healed, but first you must forgive yourself. Wow, the wind is blowing really hard right now. Your questions. If I were to write a letter asking for forgiveness, what would it say? If I would write a letter telling someone I forgive them, what would it say? What do I need to let go of in order to heal? Wow, that's pretty strong energy there. So let's look at this past. I think we're about to get slammed by quite the storm. It all got all dark and ominous real quick. Please show me the past. Thank you. We have the Four of Swords. So healing, meditation, remembering, looking at those old battles. What is the present? What is the present? We have the Five of Wands. So there is some turmoil here. What is the challenge? What is the challenge? Justice. Actually heard karmic weight. What is the guidance? What is the guidance? Strength card. So there's a lot of healing in that card. What is the outcome? What is the potential here? The Three of Swords. Heartache. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. That kind of feels like a declaration of war. Yeah, this message here feels very sparky, but it's still just a page. I do feel like there is an opportunity here to diffuse something in your present situation. What's blocking you here is a sense of fairness and a lot of deep and tumultuous emotions. There's something in this battle that reminds you of the past that you're currently, or that you just recently tried to heal. There is a sense here of trying to take karma into your own hands. There's I believe it's Egyptian, where the heart was measured against a feather when people pass and go to the other side. And you know, is your heart light as a feather? This Justice card depicts that very clearly. I'll hold it closer so you can see it. But there's a sword and a feather there. So I heard words can hurt too. So there is an aspect here of being the bigger person. So let's look at the Four of Swords. Let's clarify the Four of Swords. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. I heard repenting. the 9 of swords in reverse, and the 6 of wands in the upright. So there was victory here in all of this, even some sense of accolades. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So there may even be a letting go of quite a lot of anger and anxiety, and being a feeling of being lifted up in this victory. There's like I said, there's a sense here of putting down the burdens and letting go of the anxieties and healing in this. And it could have been with an Aries or some other fire sign. So let's look at the 5 of Wands. Please clarify the 5 of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Fighting time. Interesting. The 2 of Pentacles in the upright. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. So there is this aspect of trying to fight your way through some sort of precarious predicament, where it feels like this actually feels quite solid, like hitting a wall, but trying to fight that wall. There is a lot of change and turmoil in this, and I do feel that this is a very physical thing. Like this is people outside of you trying to knock you off of balance, and you're trying to mediate something, and it's not working very well, and it's actually costing you quite a lot as far as some sort of love lost and some sort of healing. And I say that because of this Ace of Cups. In the upright, you can see the lotus flower here at the bottom, right? And the lotus, you know, grows in the muck, in the mud, and it sprouts up and blooms. But there's, because this card is in reverse, there's almost like this wasting of emotion, this wasting of I actually heard peace. Like there's a sense of fighting against something here, and it has to do with time. Again, this is putting you in a rather precarious predicament. And again, I also feel that this is very karmically driven. There's a lesson here that you learned in the past that you very well could be putting into play here and now, and it's potentially time to bring that forward from the past. Because this conflict is very much stalling a sense of good fortune, a sense of nurturing, a sense of inner peace. Hey you, please don't do that. Thank you. So my dog is in here and he likes to chew on his feet. So let's look at this Justice card. Please clarify the Justice card. We have the Nine of Wands in the upright. The Five of Wands in reverse. I heard letting go of the conflict and carrying on. Again, there's a sense here, and the Five of Cups in the upright. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician in reverse. So there's this regret. Hey, knock it off. There's this regret. There's lessons learned here. There's a real sense of not being able to make this right, but there is. There is a way to move through this without the conflict, and I'm not kidding. Knock it off. He stops for like 30 seconds and I was like, okay, she's talking to the camera again, so I can do what I want. All right. There's a sense here of letting go of the conflict, being able to defend yourself, and looking at what it is that you're going to regret carefully. Now, the Five of Cups is one of those cards where there is actually Two of Cups with roses growing out of them. There is something here. But because she's so blinded by what it is that she's lost, she's not seeing what is there. So this is a very again, this is almost a karmic lesson in the sense of it's whatever it is that you're defending can very much be blocking what it is that you're trying to manifest. There's a sense here of being able to create, manipulate, and destroy. But do you have to do that? We have two fives here and a nine. There is an ability to move forward with diplomacy, is what is coming through there. So let's look at the Strength card. Please clarify the Strength card. There's the guidance here. We have the Emperor in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse, and the Five of Swords in the upright. There is a sense of humbling here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. There is a sense of humbling here. So there is a book called Force versus Power. The Emperor and the Page of Wands is one that can bring force. The Strength card talks about power, talks about inner power. It talks about rising above a situation, through the heart space. There is the Five of Swords here. And the Five of Swords can very much talk about the pain that we inflict on each other with what it is that we say, with what it is that we see. The only way to stop the propagation of pain is to forgive it. So whatever this is talks about finesse, not force. It talks about change and how everything changes, and how we can't control those things outside of us. And sometimes things hurt, but pain is a temporary thing, whereas we have to live with ourselves every day, right? There's a genuine sense of integrity here. So let's look at this Three of Swords. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers in the upright. Thank you. And the Two of Cups in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. So we have two threes here. The Three of Swords, the Three of Cups. We have the Lovers, which is a 6. And if you add the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, we have another 3. So the choice here is the heartache and some sort of stability or reconciliation in this very strong connection. The truth is that this is going to hurt either way. It's going to cost you either way something. But what is it going to cost you? There is a sense of community here that will support you, as well as a sense of vulnerability in your pain. Now the Lover's card in this deck, this is the Tattoo Tarot. Right? This could be a significant Gemini here. We also have Libra and Leo. But there's a, the snake itself represents shedding of skin and rebirth. It also talks about knowledge. And what came to my mind when I started talking about the snakes was be gentle as a dove and as vigilant as a snake. There is a sense here of a significant connection that is coming undone, and it's because there is a pain that needs to be healed. Now, what you do with that is entirely up to you. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards. We're going to pull a Magdalene card. What is the, thank you, we have divine order. And then we're going to pull a shaman card. The sorcerer, number 48, which breaks down to a 3. It's a card that talks about integrity and intention. This is the source of dark power. The sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche and the self-centered behavior that harms others. It symbolizes the unconscious beliefs and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. When sorcerer enters your circle, you're being called to look at how your beliefs around scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses power or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Perhaps you've harmed someone because of these dark tendencies. If so, all is not lost. You have only forgotten that all things are interconnected and the universe is abundant. The sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. You're given a second chance. Correct your course and practice not blaming others for the darkness that lives inside you. Make peace with it and choose another way. The medicine. Have you been feeling out of sorts because you've been faced with your own character flaws and the pain that you inflict on others when you are out of alignment? Radical self-acceptance is called for now. You must reconcile these darker aspects of your nature so you don't behave irresponsibly and cause more harm to yourself and the ones you love. It's time to come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and deeds. When you meet the energy of the sorcerer with humility, this destructive power transforms into grace, which you can use in service to the highest good. Perhaps it's time to make amends. Do it. It will set you free from the shadows and let you step into the light. And then we have divine order. You may be inadvertently sinking into depression because you believe the world around you is in disarray. With all its suffering, destruction, and war, the world can seem like a woeful place. Yet, as the saying goes, there is a time and a purpose for everything under heaven. Everything serves a purpose and has a reason for being, otherwise that thing would not exist. Life is like a divine tapestry. Each thread is vital to the overall picture. However, being a divine tapestry, the overall design only begins to make sense when viewed from a higher perspective. Believing that things are not the way they should be only serves to keep you disappointed, angry, and fearful. Divine order is visible, but it is only visible through the perspective of love. Just as the true purpose of things can only be known by the light of your soul. Your world doesn't need saving. It just needs to be loved. That is your moon sign reading. I do hope it was helpful. If it was, please hit the like and subscribe button. And remember, have a beautiful day. I love you. Bye-bye.